Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. If you can hear a fan on, that's because it's a rather muggy day here. So let's get on with it. Something a little bit obscure probably by today's standards, in the terms of, does anybody recall this? Probably not in some cases. So let's have a quick look inside. I assume this is still on sale. I do not know if this booklet still comes with it. It's all about the actors, the storyline, the so on, you know, usual stuff. Okay, so let's get back to it, shall we? The Day of the Triffids. 6-part series made in the 1980s on the BBC. I think they only repeated it once. I'm not too sure, to be honest. And since then, I don't think it's ever been repeated on the BBC. Now, this 6-part series is about as close as you are going to get to the book. The film in the 1960s was nowhere near it. The series made in 2008, 2009 was... no, not really. It was a bit closer, but not as close as this series from the 1980s. And it is well worth watching. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Day of the Triffids, I'm going to give you a brief summary. Sometime in the 1960s, seeds from Russia, plant seeds, we assume this is just one of the rumours in the story, spread all around the earth. Now, we don't know if the Triffid was created in a Russian lab or some other lab or from outer space. We don't exactly know for sure. And these Triffids grow up everywhere. And they become quite a novelty, as they seem to uproot themselves and sort of shuffle along in a very crude walking fashion. Very crude, I will emphasize on that. And of course it goes on the news, everybody's having a good laugh, and also at the fact that they think the Triffids are able to communicate with each other by this sort of knocking sound they make. Now, all this is ho 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 jolly good fun, until one day this gentleman here, as a boy, is one of the very first human beings to be stung by a Triffid, and fortunately for him it was a juvenile Triffid. This is the Triffid stinger. The ho 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 laughing factor about the Triffids comes to an end. The Triffids are a dangerous plant. They are capable of killing, and they have an unsavory appetite for rotting flesh. So, as you can gather, the Triffids were all rounded up and destroyed, with the exception of those penned up on Triffid farms. Now, why Triffid farms? Well, that's because the Triffid produces a high yield oil. But they're all safely penned up behind electrified fences and monitored. And so the story then moves forward some 20 odd years till the night of the comet display, a fantastic light show in the sky all around the world. People are looking up and witnessing this fantastic comet light show until the following morning. Those who saw the display are blinded, and now the balance of power has changed. It's now a fight for survival. The Triffids sense this and they break out of their farms. So there you go. Day of the Triffids, well worth viewing if you can. Particularly this, as I say, the BBC one from the 1980s. Very good series, very close to the book. Okay everyone, have a nice day. Catch you on the next one. Goodbye.